I've tested a lot of USB-C dongles over the last few years, and honestly it takes something genuinely different to impress me these days. The new iFi Audio Go-Link 2 Max did exactly that. Not because it has the highest output, not because it's packed with features, but because it delivers one of the most natural, refined and enjoyable listening experiences I've heard from a dongle anywhere near this price. It's not perfect and there are a couple of things you should know before buying, but if sound quality is your priority, this little device punches well above its weight. So after several weeks of listening at home, in the office and while traveling, here's why I think the Go-Link 2 Max deserves a serious place on your shortlist. The first thing that struck me is just how effortless this thing is to live with. There's no battery to worry about, no charging, no Bluetooth pairing. You simply plug it into your phone, tablet or laptop, connect your headphones and you're listening within seconds. That's exactly what I want from a portable DAC. Also, the cable feels much sturdier than many competing dongles I've used. It doesn't feel like something that's gonna break after a few months in the backpack. The housing is compact without feeling cheap, and despite its small size, it never became excessively warm during long listening sessions. One feature I particularly appreciate is the balanced 4.4mm output, sitting alongside the standard 3.5mm connection. For someone like me who reviews a lot of headphones and IEMs, this is incredibly convenient. Whether I'm testing a balanced cable or a regular one, the Go-Link 2 Max is ready. And perhaps even more important than raw power is the fact that it remains incredibly quiet. Sensitive in-ear monitors reveal hiss immediately. With the Go-Link 2 Max, backgrounds remain impressively black, allowing subtle details to emerge naturally. And that's something you notice every single time you're listening. Not because the device is drawing attention to itself, but because it simply gets out of the way of the music. Now let's talk about what really matters. How does it actually sound? The best way I can describe the Go-Link 2 Max is balanced. Not clinical, not boring, just remarkably well judged. There's no obvious emphasis across the frequency range trying to impress you during the first 5 minutes. Instead, it invites you to keep listening. And that's exactly what happened to me. I always start with money, because it's fantastic for judging separation and spatial precision. The famous cash register intro spreads convincingly across the stereo image. Each effect occupies its own distinct position instead of blending together. As the full band enters, the Go-Link 2 Max keeps every instrument organized. Bass guitar has real texture. The saxophone carries warmth without becoming overly smooth. And electric guitars have enough bite without sounding aggressive. What impressed me most was how coherent everything felt. Nothing jumped unnaturally forward. The presentation remained relaxed while still revealing plenty of detail. This recording immediately tells me how naturally a DAC reproduces acoustic instruments. The opening guitars have excellent body. You can hear the resonance of the strings instead of just the attack. When the audience begins applauding, the Go-Link 2 Max creates a convincing sense of space around the performers. Imaging is particularly impressive here. Closing your eyes, it's surprisingly easy to locate individual musicians across the stage. Vocals remain centered, intimate and wonderfully stable. Don Henley's voice carries emotion without sounding artificially warm or excessively analytical. Electronic music often reveals whether a DAC can combine precision with musicality. The bassline hits with satisfying weight but never becomes bloated. Rhythm feels tight, transient response is quick enough to keep everything energetic, while the treble remains smooth enough that long listening sessions never become fatiguing. This is where the Golding 2 Max really surprised me. Many portable DACs chase excitement by boosting brightness. The iFi takes a different approach. It's engaging because it sounds natural, not because it's exaggerated. That distinction matters, especially after listening for several hours. Compared with some ESS-based dongles in this price category, the Golding 2 Max sounds a little more relaxed and organic. Some competitors initially appear more detailed simply because they emphasize the upper treble. But after longer sessions, those same devices can become tiring. The iFi plays the long game. Its detail isn't forced. Instead, subtle information simply appears naturally within the recording. Compared to the original Golding Max, the improvement isn't dramatic in terms of raw volume, but refinement is noticeably better. Everything feels cleaner. The stereo image opens up, instrument placement becomes more precise, and vocals sound more believable. It simply feels like a more mature product. Now let's start with the negatives. The power is good, but not unlimited. If you're planning to drive notoriously demanding headphones like the Sennheiser HC650, Fosi i5 or other power-hungry planar magnetics, you probably want something with a little more headroom. The Golding 2 Max is clearly designed for portability first. Most IEMs and portable headphones are absolutely no problem. But extremely difficult full-sized headphones aren't really its target audience. Another limitation is that there are no hardware controls. No volume buttons, no gain switch. Everything is handled by your source device. Personally, I don't mind this because it keeps the design clean and compact, but some users may miss those extra controls. Now for the positives, the biggest strength is simply how easy it is to enjoy. The tuning feels mature, natural, balanced. It avoids the trap of trying to impress with artificial sharpness or excessive warmth. Instead, it encourages longer listening sessions. It's one of those rare devices that quietly disappears from your thoughts. And honestly, that's one of the biggest compliments I can give to any DAC. Reliability has also been excellent throughout my testing. No connection issues, no unexpected dropouts, no software frustrations. It simply works. So, who should buy the Golding 2 Max? If you're using quality IEMs or efficient headphones and you're looking for a meaningful upgrade over your phone's or laptop's built-in audio, this is an easy recommendation. It's also ideal for listeners who value musicality over chasing specifications on paper. If your playlist ranges from jazz and acoustic recordings to rock and electronic music, the balanced presentation adapts beautifully across genres. And who should skip it? If your primary headphones require substantial power, or if you specifically want EQ functions, hardware controls or desktop level output, you'll probably be happier stepping up to something larger like the iFi Go Bar or another more powerful portable DAC. There are certainly alternatives in this price bracket. Some offer a brighter presentation, some offer slightly more power, others include extra features. But very few combine refinement, ease of use and musical enjoyment as convincingly as the iFi Golding 2 Max. The iFi Golding 2 Max doesn't try to win the specification race. Instead, it focuses on something far more important: making music sound believable. After spending several weeks with it, I found myself reaching for it again and again. Not because I had to review it, but because I genuinely enjoyed listening through it. And ultimately, that's what great audio equipment should do. It should disappear and leave you with nothing but the music. If that's what you're looking for, the iFi Golding 2 Max is one of the easiest recommendations in its class. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe and let me know in the comments what's your favorite portable DAC right now. I'd love to hear your experiences.